coming up on 6:30 here on Morning Barbados, and when you hear that theme, you know what it means. It's time for us to welcome our doctor on the line. Morning, Dr. Adrian Lord. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Good to see you back.
Good to see you back.
True.
You were missing in action last week.
Just the one day, though.
Yeah.
Just the one day. You have elephants on your tie.
Yeah. I got this in South Africa.
Ah, impressive.
Cape Town. And,
training mission? No?
Yeah, business.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, I went to a conference there.
We're going to leave the tie, but pick up on something that you spoke about last week that you wanted to start the segment off with.
Yeah, last week someone called about celiac disease. We didn't get it, and you weren't here, and you weren't here, so Colin and myself, we tried to find out what this thing, and the lady called about screening and celiac disease in Barbados. She sounded like a non-national, and it's a good thing that I didn't hear, because we don't really see celiac disease. Celiac disease is a condition where people have difficulty absorbing gluten. Gluten is found in wheat and oats and barley and so on. And it may be picked up in families and can present with abdominal pain, diarrhea, sometimes bloody diarrhea, irritability, loss of appetite, failure to thrive. In other words, the child might not put on weight and so on. And it is potentially serious, because whenever you take this gluten, the body reacts against it. And sometimes it's not easy to diagnose. As I said, the person wanted to know if we screened for it, because she said she had been here and hadn't heard any screening. No, we don't screen for celiac disease, because we don't see that in our community, in our country, at least unless there are imported cases. But it is something that we should continue to look at, because we have a mixed community now. Right. And therefore, these are things that we need to look at. Treatment is obviously withholding the use of any gluten-free, in other words, being on a gluten-free diet. And there are some tests,
which is becoming pretty popular these days.
Yes.
You say it doesn't present itself in Barbados often, but where does it present itself?
Normally in Europe and North America, you see a lot more celiac disease than we do see here. Our pediatricians are always on the outlook for it. Sometimes I think we may be diagnosing some people with lactose intolerance when it may be celiac disease. And basically what we do sometimes is by elimination, or you may tell someone eliminate certain things of the diet, and mothers usually recognize if they give the child certain things, they get certain symptoms, therefore they eliminate these things.
So what would be the screening process for that, and how difficult would it first to just start doing it on a more, on a regular basis?
Yeah. There are blood tests that can be done. If it is in the family, then you have a high suspicion, because 1 in 10 persons in the family can have it. And the ultimate test is actually a biopsy of the intestine that the gastroenterologist would want to do.
You know, Doc, you spoke about those gluten-free diets, which, as Colin said, are becoming a little bit more popular because of health concerns. But I'm curious as to how easy it is to follow a strict, restricted eating regime. Let's not call it a diet, eating regime, with the popularity of those goods not being as prevalent perhaps in Barbados as they are abroad, not just in supermarket shelves, but then when you do find them, they cost maybe